This podcast is brought to you in part by Academy Travel at MickeyVacations.com. Academy Travel is the official travel sponsor of the Pirates and Princesses podcast, and we can't recommend them enough. Go to MickeyVacations.com/PNP. That's MickeyVacations.com/PNP to get started on your next Disney dream vacation today. And now on with the show. Let's talk about some Disney news and some Disney deals on this episode of Pirates and Princesses. Stick around.
Oh, hello there. So glad you could come along.
I put a spell on you.
Grid is live. Initiate light cycle battle.
Welcome, foolish mortals.
For a safe trip, remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the cabin. Be sure to watch your children, and no smoking, please.
Welcome to the Pirates and Princesses podcast.
We're a different kind of Disney podcast. We do it our way.
We talk about Disney parks, Disney movies, TV, video games.
Anything Disney.
I'm your host, Thom Pratt.
And I'm your other host, Kam Pratt.
Welcome back to Pirates and Princesses. I'm your host, Thom Pratt, and as always, I am joined by my lovely wife, Kam Pratt.
Yes, that's me.
And I do remember her name this week. So
Good, yeah, I get worried when you don't.
She remembers her own name, too, so...
Some days.
That's good.
My mom always said she has to have a name tag, so if she gets lost, she knows who she is.
Okay.
I don't have my name tag.
Hey, we're going to talk about some Disney deals here in a little bit. First, we're going to talk about some Disney news and rumors this week, and then we're going to talk about some money-saving... everybody likes to save money because Disney's expensive. You want to save some money.
It's getting more expensive.
It's getting more expensive. So the magic costs. So we're going to try to minimize the cost of the magic here on Pirates and Princesses. So what do you want to talk about first?
I don't know. That's a good one. Club 33.
Club 33, yeah. Okay, so the rumor was one of the locations for Club 33 was going to be in the American Adventure Pavilion, and yeah, it's apparently going to happen because looking at WDW News today, they have a picture of the doorbell.
Are you sure it's a 33 doorbell, though?
They're reasonably sure it's a Club 33
they don't
doorbell.
know, so this is still a rumor.
It is 99.9% sure, because it has a magic band scanning.
Right, but they had like a
thing.
meeting room in there, like a lounge or something in there before.
The Chase Lounge was in there, yeah. And the Chase Lounge, not the Shea Lounge.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, but anyway, they had pictures up, and I'm going to go out to our website here really quick. But yeah, it's Club 33 in the American Adventure, presumably, and you know, they are also talking about building one in the Adventureland Veranda in the Magic Kingdom.
Right. There's the rumors Tiffin's possibly in the old catwalk bar at Hollywood Studios. Right.
So now here's the thing, and we talked about this before. Club 33 is expensive. Mm-hmm. It is $25,000. Starts at $25,000 to register, and then $15,000 in annual dues.
Right.
So I'm hoping they change the carpets because I was looking at the original Chase Lounge, which I've never been in before. But
I had noticed that people said they better upgrade that lounge considerably.
Yeah, it leaves a lot to be desired. It looks very very sterile, and you look at the Club 33 in Disneyland and how ornate it is to justify the price. And this is just not cutting it. So
well, we'll see what they do. I mean, it's the rumor still for now because you know it could be something else. They don't know. I mean, it's pretty likely, but.
Yeah, I think it's very likely.
Oh, and just so you know, when you say you're going to our website, you mean the Kingdom Insider.
TheKingdomInsider.com. Yeah,
right.
TheKingdomInsider.com. Not actually our website, but we do a lot of
besides
work for
the Pirates and Princesses, we do a lot of work on the Kingdom Insider.
Right, which we mentioned before, but some people, you'd be surprised, they don't...
like, what are you talking about, even though you mentioned it a dozen times?
Yeah, so we're going to mention it again, TheKingdomInsider.com. Some new news out in Disneyland. They're going to announce the Tropical Hideaway in Disneyland's Adventureland. And,
welcome to our tropical hideaway. Like that, you lucky people. Like that?
Yeah, this is actually a new old Well, they actually had
So old is new again?
yeah, it is. It is. Before it was Aladdin's Oasis, it was the Tahitian Terrace, which is Polynesian themed dining location. They used to have entertainment and that sort of thing, and it was there for years at
Yeah, till
Disneyland.
93.
Till 93, and then Aladdin took over. But it looks like they're kind of going back to that original concept. It's over by the Tiki Room. Now I am looking at the concept art here, and it looks like they actually have tiki birds.
Well, it makes sense when it's called Tropical Hideaway, which is in
Right.
the Tiki Room song.
Right. But you look in the corners of and I don't think anybody else really pointed this out, but in the concept art, you can see the tiki birds or tiki birds in the four corners. It also looks like they have the fountain when you first go in. So they'll probably do some kind of tiki bird show. It is next to the Enchanted Tiki Room. That makes sense.
Is the Jungle Cruise going to go past it? Is that why they have the boat
It does.
there?
Yes, it
And
does.
it looks like you can look right into it from the Jungle Cruise boat.
Right. You can.
So that'd be interesting.
Yeah, so they're talking it's going to be, well, from the Disney Parks blog press release, it says the former Aladdin's Oasis will soon be transformed to the Tropical Hideaway. This new experience will soon appear along the tropical shores, nestled between the Jungle Cruise and Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. This one-of-a-kind destination will be a popular rest stop for Adventureland locals and weary explorers alike. Guests will be able to rub elbows with their favorite skippers in an exotic traders market, featuring all kinds of sights, sounds, and flavors of the tropics. So apparently this is going to be like the West Coast version of the Skipper Canteen.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It
Yeah,
sounds like
yeah.
they're
so-
tying it into the Jungle Cruise as well. So yeah, I have
which
that.
is very cool. Now, originally when I read this story, I mistakenly thought that they were putting this in Walt Disney World.
You keep doing that.
I know, I keep getting that. Well, no, because they have been talking for months that they were actually going to take the tiki birds out of the tiki room and put them in some kind of a restaurant. And
But why would they do that when they added the Skipper's Canteen right there? It makes sense for Disneyland, but I don't think they're going to do that for Disney World.
well, unless they add them to the Skipper Canteen at some point, because I've heard
They're
rumors
gonna put Moana in.
they were going to put Moana in the current location of the. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but they could be testing the technology maybe out in Anaheim and then seeing how it works.
Who knows?
Back east, I don't know.
Why don't you know?
I don't know. There are a lot of things
you know
I
everything?
I don't really know. Speaking of Disneyland, they've got new bricks
Yay!
in, in Disneyland. They have,
cute, though.
yeah, it actually looks really good. They've got new brickwork in the town square, and they put out the Parks blog.
So how do they do that? They have to close areas down to refurb it, or
I'm assuming. I mean, I was there in December, and I did not see them doing any kind of construction or anything like that.
or you do it at night or something? I don't
They
know.
must. Yeah, it looks really good.
It's beautiful. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it
they
looks
did a
really
good
nice.
job.
It looks really
Good
nice.
job, guys. You did good.
There's a churro cart. Okay.
Imagine that.
So, what else do we
That's
got?
the churro cart. Is that the one in front of the Sleeping Beauty Castle? You
Yes.
can get the rose gold churros at?
Is that where they're selling
They
them?
said in front of Sleeping Beauty
Oh,
Castle.
yeah, that must be, because that's Sleeping Beauty Castle. There it is, and there's churros. So I'm guessing that's where you buy your rose gold pink churros. Animal Kingdom's going to be turning 20 years old on Earth Day, April 22nd, and we'll be down there, actually.
Oh my gosh, yes we are.
Yeah. More wild adventures than ever before, kicking off spring and setting the stage for an incredible summer filled with all new events and experiences.
Well, we're just lucking out right and left when we're
I
down there
know.
tied into other things, and it was completely intentional.
So they're going to do a Party for the Planet celebration. And
Yeah, they were always talking about the Party for the Planet.
yeah, so they're going to do some photo frames, and I'm just kind of looking here. This is the day, actually, they're going to debut the new Up show.
A Great Bird Adventure.
Right, which was Flights of Wonder, and now it's basically, got Doug and Russell, and hopefully it's...
And Russell's in his outfit, because it
He
is
is.
the costume
It is-
character.
is the
and
costume,
it
yeah.
is in the concept art. So
I thought they'd just go get random children and...
You're Russell today.
You're Russell today. The Memorial Day 2018 commemorates 1 year anniversary of Pandora. So they're going to do some Pandora stuff. And I read that they're going to be bringing the drum show back. I've never seen the drum show. I don't really care too much.
Yeah, we
about
were there
it.
right not long after. How did we not see the drum show?
I don't know.
Because we weren't there very long after it opened,
We're
like
just-
within less than 2 weeks.
Trying to get to the ride, I think.
I don't know. Because I remember, this is so funny, when we went to Pandora, and it was less than 2 weeks after it opened, it was really close to the opening, and we were going through the Navi River journey, and my husband kept walking up to the walls and sniffing them because it smelled like new construction.
It did. It
and
smelled
he
like
kept
Lowe's.
sniffing the walls.
It did. At least I didn't lick them.
Our son's like, "What are you doing? It smells like
did.
new construction.
It was so
smells
weird.
like Lowe's."
It did. It smelled like a Home Depot or a Lowe's with
He
all that.
was. He
so-
was sitting there going through the line, and there's Tom with his nose up to the wall, sniffing the walls.
Don't you love that? That
He was
smell,
like, it smells like new
smell?
construction. And
Well, it
we're,
did. It
what
did.
the
It was
heck's
actually
wrong
pretty
with
cool.
you? Stop it! Stop it!
Okay. Black Panther made a lot of money.
Oh yes, surprise there, surprise. I can't speak. Surprise there.
292 million in the first week. So yeah, last time I heard it's almost 700 million, which is crazy. So I have to wonder with Black Panther, doing that well, how well is Infinity War going to do?
That's the one I'm excited.
I mean, we're talking every Marvel Studios character so far is going to be in this movie.
It can be very good or very disastrous. I mean, it could be like too many.
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about, is just being like, just a bunch of
shoehorn them all in.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm not surprised about this one. Everybody's really excited about it. Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it made almost as much as The Last Jedi did in its first week. So
wait, is Last Jedi did in its first week or Last Jedi? Yeah, that can't be total for Last Jedi.
No. Last Jedi did 296 million. Black Panther did 292.
The first week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad for Marvel.
No, it's not bad at all. So okay, speaking of money, in large sums of money, it is getting more and more expensive to go to Walt Disney World.
It really is.
And people do complain about that. They keep raising the ticket prices, but then they also want new attractions and better dining options, and they all sort of go hand in hand. Oh, speaking of dining options, real quick, we did finally confirm that Yes, Be Our Guest is going to go signature dining for dinner. We don't know what's going on with breakfast.
However, we talked to somebody the other day who was trying to book a breakfast, and they said that there was no options available for breakfast in August.
August, yeah.
So I'm not sure what's going on with that. Maybe it's just that day. I don't know.
We'll
have to look into that. But
signature dining for sure. You can make reservations now. I believe it starts on July 27th, and it looks pretty good. It looks very French.
I didn't think it wasn't my kind of food.
Well, you'll either love it or hate it, but they're going to try it, and I think it's just supply and demand. It's a very in demand location, but they have to justify that 2-table service credit. So you get a lot of fancy food.
Fancy.
Anyway, if you're looking to save money, you probably are not going to Be Our Guest at night. You get $55 a plate. But there are some ways to save money for Disney. We're going to talk about that. Really, with it being tax time right now, a lot of people, what we used to do all the time was use our tax refund to pay for Disney.
Right. It's great. Pay for it off. You're ready to go.
Right. And so, Disney anticipates that, and they do have some specials going on right now.
Right. So he's going to tell you the specials. And where do you go? Where can you go to get a really good deal on booking on a vacation?
Okay, if you want to take advantage of these specials, go to mickeyvacations.com. And if you go to mickeyvacations.com/PNP, that's actually the PNP portal.
That's fun to say. That's PNP portal.
PNP portal, Pirates and Princesses portal. Or just go to mickeyvacations.com and look at current specials. Tell them that you heard it from us.
Yeah, if there's a deal, they'll find it. They've been doing this for over 20 years.
Yeah, they've been doing it for a long time.
It's a long time,
yeah.
So they really know how to find these things for you. So
and that's Academy Travel at mickeyvacations.com.
These have to sponsor us too, so
yeah,
hey.
Right? So full disclaimer.
Yeah,
but,
so anyway, here's some of the deals that we do know about right now.
Right. They do have a 20% discount on rooms at select Disney resort hotels. For most nights, February 18th through April 14th, booked through April 7th, 2018. For most days, April 15th through June 10th. So it's sort of spotty. When
so you have to book from March 7th through February 18th
I'm sorry,
to April 18th. And you have to book through April 7th for April 15th to June 10th.
Okay, so yeah. So again, these are springtime dates through June. Now, Toy Story Land opens June 30th. Don't expect any deals to be had. But that's okay. Fun and Sun package, again, the booking window January 3rd through April 7th. And this is...
It's most Sunday through Thursday nights, April 15th through May 24th.
Yeah, and let's see what this... Now, this has a price tag of $19.85. Let me see what that includes.
Just thinking about it. There you go. It's on the website. If you
it's on the website. I think it's just a 20% off minimum 5-day theme park ticket package. So, again, these are pretty good deals. They had one earlier in the year. We were joking calling it the almost free dining package because they did give you money off of the dining plan. It wasn't completely free, but they did.
No, you got like one meal a day or something like that.
Yeah.
One quick service a day. And I was like, well, it's the almost dining plan.
Now, we can kind of talk about the dining plan a little bit. And as I understand it, with the free Disney dining, a lot of people wait for that. Disney doesn't do that unless they absolutely have to.
Yeah, I don't expect too much of it this year.
I don't expect
this year maybe, but next year no.
Last year, I don't even know this year because they have so.
Well, they have Toy Story Land now, so they did it. They would have been probably earlier on.
Right.
Now the one they offered did go in the summer though.
I'm trying to think.
But it's not here. It's not up anymore. It's done.
No. So usually you have to kind of pounce on these deals when they come up. But no, they had last year free dining. They didn't even announce it until it was later in the year, and the dates were really spotty. It was like you can go this week in September, but you can't go that week in September, and it goes by supply and demand. Right. And with Coronado Springs and Caribbean Beach being under construction right now, rooms are a lot harder to come by. So I am not a travel agent, but I do not expect them to have nearly as many deals.
But the good thing about going someplace like Mickey Vacations is that if something comes along and you already booked your trip and something better comes along, they can set that up for you. They can change everything around for you so you save money. And you have to save money if you're going to go to Disney. And speaking of which, I had done an article, if you go to the Kingdom Insider, on 18 ways to save money for Disney Vacation in 2018.
Okay, that makes sense.
So let's talk about some of these different ways. I'm like a huge couponer and very thrifty person. Tom will vouch for this. So,
you're cheap, but I love you.
Like, I am cheap. And so these are different things that either I've used or I know people that have used. And I'll just give you a few of them. I don't have to go through all of them. You can read them on the article. But number one, and we do this every year, the tried and true change jar. So basically, people, when you get your money, if your change left over for your whatever you bought, use cash, put the change in the change jar, and let it accumulate, and then take all your money out and turn it into a gift card or cash or something for your trip. Another one people do, I've seen them do, is they save every $5 bill they get or every $10 bill they get. If they get change, they put those in a jar or in an envelope, not a jar, but so you're building up those $5 and $10, and they add up a lot quicker, obviously.
Yeah, usually we get about $100 and some out of a change jar. If it's completely full, we usually wind up with like $100 at least.
Yeah, and you don't usually use it for Disney. You usually use it for Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of times we
use it for Christmas, and we do that. You can do for your a lot of banks, employers offer vacation clubs. Or you don't have to call it a vacation club. It can just do something that you automatically deduct out of your check and put in a savings account. And what they do is each time you get paid, like say you want $30 taken out, and they'll take the $30 out each pay and they'll put it into aside either in a savings account or a vacation club account. And then that just accrues, and after a year or whatever, you have money in there. You can do whatever you want with.
Yeah, and Disney had a version of that they did themselves, but they got rid of it. I guess people weren't using it. A lot of people didn't even know about it. That's always a good, because out of sight, out of mind. If that money is gone.
If you're used to it not being there, it's like okay, a lot of people, if they get a raise, like I get an extra $100 a month. I'm just taking $100 a month and putting it into the savings or vacation club, and then it's the same amount of money, so they don't even miss it. And then when they want to do vacation, oh look, I've got less money saved for vacation.
Right. I mean, $50 a week times 52 weeks is probably almost.
I don't know. Don't make me do math. I'm
tired. It's like $2,500 or something like that. So, which isn't a phenomenal vacation, but still, you can take smaller increments of money. And
some people save for 2 or 3 years. They're not like us that hey.
Well, if you live within driving distance, it's going to be cheaper too.
Obviously.
If you have to fly all the time, or you've got 6 kids or something, it's obviously going to be a lot more expensive.
Yeah.
But it can be done. I mean, it absolutely can be done.
Another one that we use a lot is coupons. I am a huge advocate of couponing, and you can print them off the internet from coupons.com. You can go on to websites thecouponclippers.com and buy some coupons that you would use all the time. And what you can do then is when you walk into the store and say you saved $20 in coupons, just take $20 and put it in an envelope or into a savings account or whatever every time you save coupon money. So that money you're just putting into a savings for your trip or gift card or whatever you want to do.
Right. Yeah, I mean, coupons are great too, because again, that's money that normally you wouldn't have, and if you can find a way to repurpose that money towards vacation.
Right. It's just money that you normally would spend, so it's not hurting you any to not use it. Another thing with couponing is refunding sites is a big thing right now, and we use Ibotta a lot. It's IBOTTA. And what it is, and they've expanded considerably because now you can use it for a lot of online stores as well. What it is you go to the store, and they'll tell you, for example, Walmart, and they'll give you a list of things that they have coupons, like rebates for. And you buy the item, you can scan it right on the app on your phone to make sure it's eligible. And you buy the item, and then when you go home, you scan the barcodes off the items, and you scan your receipt, and they give you the money back immediately, and it goes into an account.
Right.
And last year for Christmas, I bought a bunch of stuff with Ibotta because I had a bunch of free money, and they just give back to me on things I buy anyway. So they can use Ibotta. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Go back up because you went down too fast. You can use Ibotta. You can use they have different ones. Oh,
Honey is that?
Honey, yeah, Honey's one you can put on your website. That just actually gives you cash back. They have eBay. It's like the state Walmart Savings Catcher, and things like that you can use. But with Ibotta too, when you want to cash out, you can either cash it out into PayPal or Vimeo accounts, or you can get it into a gift card. So they can put it right in your PayPal though, so you can get the cash right out. So you can use that. That one's a fun one. Like we use it all the time. It's not very thrilling, but I'm trying to give you ideas. You know, you go ahead and talk about some stuff too.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just like single-handedly doing this.
Garage sales. You can sell junk you don't need to go to Disney. I mean, we've done that before too. We've had garage sales. The kids had a lot of toys they didn't want to play with, so we would
do yard sale or put them on eBay or Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. When I was a kid, my parents, that's how we paid for Disney. Back then, before it was eBay and everything else, garage sales were a lot bigger, and they would do like $2,000 at a garage sale, and
that's your Disney trip. I mean, it still can be, I guess, if you're
but back then they didn't have like Facebook Marketplace and eBay and all those, so people would go to garage sales, and we used to do like a big garage sale and pay for a whole bunch of Disney to go on a trip.
Yeah, which I can see a lot of people doing that, or getting using today, like you said, they have eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. Be careful with Craigslist.
Yeah, be careful with Craigslist.
But any kind of online site. What's the one you use? Macari.
Oh yeah, Macari. Yeah, I didn't know about that when I wrote this article, or I did, but I didn't think to put it in here. Yeah, Macari is another good one, and that's one you can sell on too, and it's pretty easy to use, and it goes right into your account. So yeah, those are good places, and these are good places to look too if you want to save money. Like on Disney souvenirs and things, Tom buys pins on there all the time.
Yeah, it's so weird. Now, I don't know if I should be saying this, because I very seldom buy my pins in the park.
This is like a special edition and you're there.
Yeah, if I'm there and it's a limited edition, I will buy it. Usually what I do is I look at the pins I like in the stores, and then I check like eBay, and a lot of times I can get them for several dollars cheaper shipped, because the people that are buying them and selling them on eBay are usually cast members or annual pass holders, and
they're getting a discount.
They're still making a profit, but they're getting a discount, versus what I would get. So I just kind of like window shop when I'm in Disney. Plus, I don't want to take a bunch of pins back, travel with a bunch of pins on a plane or whatever. But I very seldom. I mean, I do a lot of trading when I'm there, and like Cam said, I'll buy special editions, but I usually just wait for the deals.
Right, and even anything like if you want to buy, a lot of times like the Disney store online or in the stores will have big sales, and you can get like stuff there cheaper than you would in the parks for the same stuff. So
Disney store will blow. I mean, you've gotten your Disney Dooney bags for half price.
I did. I got my Haunted Mansion Dooney.
Yeah.
I was so happy I finally got one, and it got it for half price off the Disney store. So it saved me like half price of Disney Dooney bag, so a lot of money. So just check that kind of stuff, and a lot of times you can save money doing that. Watch for the Disney deals, obviously, like we mentioned. Use a travel agency, like we mentioned, because they always can find you. It's free.
Yeah. People don't realize that. They're like, I don't use a travel agent because it's going to cost me extra money, and I'll just do it myself. The reason you should use a travel agent, again, find the right agent, but Mickey Vacations. But the reason you want to do that is when a deal comes up, they can rebook the trip for you. They can let you know about deals like, hey, you were staying, on these dates at Port Orleans or whatever, but here's the deal, and if you rebook me, if you move back a week or whatever, you can get free dining with it. Do you want me to rebook that for you? They will do that. If you book it yourself through Disney, you're not going to know.
It's a lot harder, and sometimes they know before Disney announces it publicly. They'll know a little bit before that. Yeah. So they have a better chance of getting it, because sometimes they're limited.
The travel agents usually get notified before Disney makes it public. So they're going to know what the latest deals are. They're going to know even there's a lot of chatter and stuff. What's coming down the pipeline. I mean,
right. And if there's a way around something, they'll know how to do it. Especially if they've been in business as long as certain people like Mickey Vacation. So, using gift cards is always good. You can go someplace like sometimes Sam's, Target, and Costco offer special Disney gift card deals where you might save, $8 off 100. But when you're, I know people that go in there and they will buy like hundreds of dollars in gift cards, to book their vacation, and that doesn't sound like $8 savings doesn't sound much, but when you multiply that times many, many, many gift cards, you add up some money. And it's like like we did the math. They said if you buy 30 gift card packs and you're saving $8, that's $240 in savings for a $3,000.
Yeah, that's like 2 days in the park.
Right. So I'm like, it does add up if you can find the deals when they do it.
Sell unwanted gift cards. Well, who doesn't want a gift card?
Well, no, but you can go to places like Ray's and Cardpool and Gift Card Granny, and say you got gift cards for Christmas you're not going to use for Lowe's or for like Walmart or for, I don't know, some store you won't use.
Right, or some restaurant maybe that
you won't use. You
Yeah.
can go onto these sites and you can sell your gift card through places like that for a percentage or for a fee, but then you're going to make money back on your gift card.
Right.
So it might be a gift card you don't use. It might be a $100 gift card. You might get back $90 for it. That's $90 you can put into a Disney gift card you're going to use.
Right.
Reward
credit cards. This is the big one. This is how a lot of people do their vacationing or they do their flights, is using the rewards on credit cards. Like, lately I've been using my business credit card to pay for pretty much everything, because then I get cash back on that. Or if you have a card that has mileage, if you fly a lot, again, if you're flying to Disney, just putting your groceries on that card, you're going to get and paying it off. Yeah, and pay it off. You're going to get the rewards for that. So
yeah, a lot of people do that. They use it for all their expenses and then pay it off when each month, and then they get the rewards.
And you start putting $3,000-$4,000 a month or whatever through that card, you're going to see some accumulation of
and then just take that money and then put it into your account, for your Disney trip, and there you go. What else do we have on here? Oh, and then these are other ones like, go get a part-time job or extra job doing something, work from home, babysitting, driving for Uber.
Yeah.
Uber's a good one, or Lyft.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at,
Right. Around here, it wouldn't be a good idea.
Yeah,
but
if
other
you're living
places...
if you're in a busy, like, I mean, when we were in Orlando, we took Uber last time.
And Lyft.
And Lyft. We used both. And actually, the one gentleman we talked to, he was a real estate agent, and he just did Uber in and around his showings, which is a great way to make some extra money, because there's always somebody that needs to ride from the airport.
Right. So, I mean, or, you go do things like that, babysit, walk dogs, things like that, and, it adds up, and like an hour here, a couple hours there.
Right.
Doesn't seem like a lot. And the same thing goes off your expertise, where, like, there's, like, places that they want people for tutoring, some places hire blog writers, just you might have some skill, like, that you can be a consultant or something and then get paid for it. Yeah. And it's just like an hour or two for you here and there, you might make some extra money.
Yeah, and, I mean, this sounds kind of like, because a lot of people are like, well, wait, I don't want it to be like the gig economy or whatever. But, I mean, the one advantage to having the gig economy is that you do have flexible hours. And
I'm not saying give up your job. I'm
just
saying,
go quit your job.
I have like 5 hours extra a week that I could do. I can dedicate to doing these things. Right. And if you're getting like $30 or $40, $20, $30, some of these things could pay you if you're consulting or if you're doing Uber. An hour, I mean, 5 hours a week, you're talking extra $100, $150 a week.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever, I mean, as long as I can remember, the whole time we've been married, I don't think we've ever just, even, working a day job, a 9-to-5 day job, we've always had other stuff.
Right, like you're doing comics or...
Both of us, always had other stuff going on.
I do crafts, which is the next one. You can, if you're really good at doing crafts and making things, places like Etsy or local craft shows or things like that's a good place to go, because you can maybe make some money doing that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just doing a couple $100 here and there, that adds up over time.
Right, and just keep adding it. And so, I mean, remember, you're gonna have material costs. If you're doing a craft show, like, you're gonna have maybe a business license for that. You're gonna have to have the setup fees, but you can make some money doing that if you know what you're doing and you're willing to do it. And make sure you report your taxes.
Yeah. Cut down on extra expenses. This is the big one, because really, I mean, if you start to track your expenses from week to week, you might actually be not throwing money out, but not spending money the wisest and wisest way possible. And like we did recently, and you mentioned in the article, we basically cut out. We had DirecTV for years. Sorry, DirecTV, but we cut them out because Hulu now has live TV,
and it's way cheaper.
It was
For
like
now.
$40 versus $120 a month. So we're saving that money. We just put that toward the internet bill because we didn't increase our bandwidth.
Right, and it's not just that. Like things like hey, you're leaving lights on that you could be turning off, or unplugging things that you're not using, or change your thermostat a couple degrees, or things like that. And maybe take your lunch to work, or not get the coffee from Starbucks that day, and bring your own coffee, or things like that. It doesn't seem like it's a lot, but it'll add up pretty quickly. Yeah,
because even if you I said before about $50 a week, that's a $2,500 to $3,000 Disney trip. If you're basically throwing out $50 a week, on stuff that non-essentials, if you would pocket that for a year, you would have enough,
right?
To make a trip to Disney. So.
Yeah, so I mean, and this would work not just for Disney. I mean, this would work like if I want
another
car, or you need a new computer, or things like that. These things will work for all that too. It's not just Disney. I mean, that's what we would use it for. But I'm just saying, these will work for anything you would need to raise money for. Then I put on here about enlist your family. A lot of people, like for birthdays, Easter, Christmas, different holidays, different events, just ask your family for gift cards, for Disney gift cards and money. If you're going on vacation, or you want to go on vacation, just say, hey, instead of giving me a birthday gift, give me a Disney gift card, and then stack up your Disney gift cards that way too.
Yeah, it's always, I know a lot of people do that. I mean, some people will, gift the trip, which you can do too.
Yes, you can do that. You can gift the trip to people. You can contact your travel agent to hear more.
Right. But if you, are like, hey, instead of giving you a $50, box of chocolate, I got you a $50 gift card.
Hey, you can get $50 boxes of chocolate?
You can, actually, very easily through those mail order places.
Yeah, I know.
You can buy like $100 box of chocolate.
I like chocolate, I'm just saying.
It's like 16-ounce thing for like $100.
But I'd kill you if you spent $50 on chocolate.
Yeah.
But I like chocolate.
Also, it's Disney chocolate.
Disney chocolate. It's everything Disney on.
Super magical. Okay, this one's actually really good too. Use your library, okay? Because a lot of people, they'll go buy books or DVDs or whatever. They'll read it or watch it once, and then they never use it again. If you just check out books from the library instead of spending $10, $15 on a book, you check it out, you read it, you're done. If you really love the book, then go buy it. But most people.
Howl's Moving Castle, which I've read like 8 or 9 times. I love that book. My favorite book is Howl's Moving Castle. Not Disney related. I just like it.
Well, kind of is. Because Ghibli and Disney, they had that
favorite book.
Now they're not anymore, and it's really sad. But
you can rent movies that way too. I mean, and then if you like it, you can go buy it. But that way you find out before you spend a lot of money.
Well, this is the same with with Netflix, which I think is kind of actually kind of hurting the movie industry in some regard, because everybody's just like watching Netflix. But I mean, it's cheaper to pay $10 a month and watch all the movies you can watch than it is to go out and buy a $20.
Plus, they have great shows on there like Stranger Things that you have to have Netflix to watch.
That's right.
So these are just some ideas. I mean, there's more I'm sure you can come up with, but these will help you. Like if you're trying to think, how am I going to save money for Disney? Well, your refund really helps. And then these are all kind of little things you can do here and there, and it's money that'll add up quickly. Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, I hate to say it, but Disney's not going to get any cheaper. But it's worth the money. It is absolutely worth it. I mean, it's so weird because, talking about this, I remember there being a pretty heated discussion on one of your internet forums about people who were like, well, going to Disney is a waste of money. It was a mom blogger, and she talked about why she would never send her family to Disney because it's a waste of money, and she's talking about her Lexus and how her kids have their college paid for already, and that's great. I mean, that's cool. That's what your goals are. That's fantastic, and I have no problem with that. I just don't think it's right to poo-poo anybody else and try to be like, well, why are you wasting money? Because people like us, it's not a waste of money. No, because I look back at it now, and I mean, there were times, when we were starting out that we went to Disney when we really didn't have the money. We could have used the money for other things, and I don't regret it, because especially with kids, because your kids are only going to be that age once, and they're only going to go to Disney the first time once, and they're only going to go when they're 5 years old once. So for me, I don't view that as being a waste of money at all, because we've got those memories, and you can't put a price tag on that. No. I'd rather have that than the Lexus. Sorry. It just depends on your priorities. And some people value one thing or another, and that's totally fine. But don't tell other people they can't. Right. I wouldn't poo-poo other people for being like, I don't want to go there because it's too expensive. I'd rather put my money into something else. that's great. I don't blame you. I mean, do what you want to do, whatever makes you happy. But I would never poo-poo it for somebody else that didn't do what I wanted.
Right,
It's a crappy
right.
thing to do,
Yeah,
and I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and I mean, I get it. It's you know, it's an investment. I mean, Disney vacations are not cheap.
No. And then when you're down there, even there's a lot of ways you can do things to save money at the, when you're down there. Like, I mean, you can get pressed coins for souvenirs, and it's 51 cents for a penny, and
versus $12 for a pin.
Right, and you can get some really good pressed coins. Other people are using them to turn into pins. They're turning them into bracelets. They're just storing them as a pressed coin, and they're cheap and inexpensive. And then I know people are taking park maps, and they're using the park maps and turning them into art pieces, or they're actually taking parts of them out and getting like pendant backings and putting them under like resin or a piece of glass and making jewelry. And it was a free park map. You can do that. And there's like, if you go down, I think to the barber shop on Main Street, they'll do the pixie dusting and stuff there, and it's either free or cheap. And there's all kinds of cool things you can do down there, and that's get pins, like the first trip pin, we're celebrating pin. They're free, so there's a lot of cool things you can get down there too.
Well, even when it comes to dining, like when we first started going, we would go, and the kids were so small though too. But we would go and we would get like 2 quick service meals and split them because the portions were huge.
We did that now. We did that. You and I did that.
We did that because, we like to eat, but the portions are so huge and it's so hot. Like, you really don't feel like having a massive...
That's what we would do last time. We were just there like 3 weeks ago, and
Just
many times we'd get something and just cut it
big
in
burger,
half.
cut it in half.
And then that's what we would eat, because it was too much to eat 2 meals. So we, each of us had one. So we would just get one and cut it in half. And different places like have topping bars and things like that. That if you're getting a burger and cutting it in half, or something cutting it in half, when you put the toppings and stuff on it, it's plenty. It's like more than enough to eat, you know. And that's a way you can save money down there. Take your own water or drinks into the park.
That's a big one. Like, people don't realize, like, the Cokes are not cheap. I mean, they're $3 up for a Coke. But just take a water bottle with you
and refill it.
Yeah, and we used to get those little drink packets, the little single serve, and then you just get the refillable bottle. You go to the water fountain, you fill it up, you mix a drink.
Yeah, a lot of counter service places will give you a cup of for water anyway. And you can get water. So I mean, you can add drinks mixed to it or whatever. So I mean, there's lots of ways, and there's lots of places on the internet. If you search, you can find all kinds of great ways to save money for your trip, save money during your trip. So, check those out, because people say you can't afford it, and it's like, yes, you can. Yeah,
you can afford it if you really put your mind to it. You can afford it. And again, don't look at the because we talked about the ticket price increases. That the single day don't really matter that much, because most people are going to stay for more than one day.
Right, and the more you stay, the cheaper tickets are.
Right,
so it
right.
balances
And again, the discounts. I mean, I think a family of 4, you can have a nice trip at a value for under $3,000. I think now. Even we used to do trips. Again, the kids were smaller, and this is years ago, but we would do trips for like $1,500.
It wasn't that low. I think it was the 1 year, but it was only because they had the kids were free.
Yeah.
And and they do really great deals if you watch. I mean, they're not as good as they used to be, but you can do it. And I was thinking about other things that are free down there. They have the Kid Cot stuff that you can do at Epcot, and that's all free.
Yeah.
I mean, the tours, like they have the Flower and Garden, the 2 little scavenger hunts. They're only like a few dollars to do it. It's like what, $8 something like that, and you get to go around. You get like a pin or something at the end.
Yeah, those are fun. Yeah.
And they're inexpensive, and they're like a cool souvenir, and it's not costing you a small fortune.
Yeah, they'll be doing the egg hunt again at Flower and Garden this year.
Yeah, they're doing that, and they're doing
it's like $6 or something.
There's a scavenger hunt with the bees too, like the bee one.
Kids might want to do that, actually.
They might. Yeah. We should probably do that. But I'm just saying, there's all kinds of great things you can do down there, and it doesn't cost you a lot. Even the PhotoPass photographers, you can give them your camera, your phone, and they'll take your picture. And you don't have to use PhotoPass if you don't want to, and you'll still get good shots. And there's all kinds of cool things that save you money. So just look into it. Check around the internet. You'll find all kinds of ways to do so. Yeah.
So again, now we're doing this podcast because most people are thinking, because tax refunds and everything like that.
Yeah, definitely consider it.
Yeah. So yeah, the best place to go, I think, for if you're going to book a trip, and I have to, because they are fantastic.
They really are. We use them for everything.
Yeah, Academy. They're Lisa and her crew. They're amazing. Again, they've been doing it longer than anyone, I think, or almost as long.
They're like one of the longest running.
They're one of the very first Disney only travel agencies. Now they've branched out a little bit more, but yeah, they know they're Disney. So. It really doesn't. It's not like they just popped up last year.
Yeah, it's like they've been around for a while, so
Right,
they know
right.
what they're doing. Anything else?
I can't really think of anything else.
So yeah, check out Mickey Vacations.
Mhm.
Check out the Kingdom Insider. Definitely check out there because we're always posting news. We're always posting things. Now this time next week, we will be in Disney.
Yeah, we're going to be, okay, so we're going to check out Flower and Garden Festival. We're going to be doing some live streams. If you go to our Facebook or YouTube through the Kingdom Insider or Pirates and Princesses, you'll be seeing some live streams from the park all week, and hopefully there will be some pretty flowers we can show you all.
Yeah, the cool topiaries and things.
The
We'll
topiaries.
put posting pictures.
Yep.
So, stick with us and we'll take you with us down to Disney.
Yeah, that's, okay, there you go. There is how you save money going to, you don't have to go to Disney. You can just watch us. Go to
Yeah.
Disney. We can
We're
ride
like your
those
VIP
rides.
tour guides.
We can ride those rides for you, so you
Yes,
don't have
Tom
to.
will actually do ride through videos on
I
the
do.
rides as long as it's enough.
As
light
long
that
as I
we
can
do
get,
it.
yeah.
We already got our cameras prepped. We're ready to go. We're gonna do live throughs on rides, so you get to sit and watch the entire ride as much as we can. Stay
Some rides are
connected.
better than others. It depends on how. Like Small World, we can always get the whole ride.
Yeah, Carousel Progress usually.
Carousel
do.
Progress, we can usually do. So yeah, we'll take you with us, and you can watch us ride rides, so you don't have to.
That's right. Well, you don't have to.
We'll eat food.
We'll ride,
so
so you don't have to.
We'll eat food, so you don't have to.
Yeah, so stick
yeah,
with us,
right.
and we'll show you. We'll take you with us, and
We'll
make
show
it
you the
part of
secrets.
our trip.
We'll show you the secrets, and we'll try to
Fantastic secrets revealed to me the day
Yeah.
I held up my GoPro and
get some
said,
magic GoPro and said, yeah, we're also gonna try to sneak a couple peeks at
"By the power
construction.
of Cinderella's castle."
We were down there a couple of weeks ago, and I got shushed out of Ratatouille. I found the Ratatouille
and you
construction.
did. I saw. I put the picture.
Dude
from the
came
Kingdom
flying
Insider.
out, and he's like, "Get away
But
from here!"
I saw in the Kingdom Insider the area where you were at. It is exactly the area they
Yeah,
were working
yeah.
in, so it was the
Yeah,
right
there's
place.
dudes in hard hats, and they had their,
And I couldn't see any of it because they deleted our videos.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I'm
so
I'm
bad.
looking into that. I might have to go YouTube first.
Next time, just take photos first, then do video.
Yeah.
So we make sure we have a photo anyway.
I know. I thought, well, I'll just grab a screenshot, from the video. And,
Unfortunately, it didn't work. All right, so it is getting late, and this is going to be, up tomorrow morning, but it's late for us.
Way long. So, yeah, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bye.
Pirates and Princesses is a production of Clownfish Studios. We are an unofficial Disney podcast, not endorsed or affiliated with the Walt Disney Company. You can visit us on the web at piratesandprincesses.net. That's piratesandprincesses.net. You can shoot us an email at piratespodcast@gmail.com. That's piratespodcast@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for listening, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.